I saved my dad's last voicemail for 3 years before I could bring myself to listen to it again. It's still on my phone. September 14th, 2021. 47 seconds long. This is the story of why I finally deleted it. My dad wasn't the type to call just to chat. He was a contractor in Boise, Idaho. The kind of guy who showed love by fixing your car or showing up with groceries when you were broke. Words weren't really his thing. So when I saw I'd missed a call from him that Tuesday afternoon, I didn't think much of it. I was in a meeting, phone on silent. I figured I'd call him back later. But then my mom called, and my sister, and my mom again. By the time I stepped out of that conference room, my dad was already in the ambulance. Massive heart attack. He was 58 years old. He died before I made it to the hospital. It wasn't until 2 days later, sitting in my childhood bedroom going through funeral arrangements, that I remembered the voicemail. My hands shook as I pressed play. "Hey kiddo, it's Dad. Listen, I know you're busy with work and everything, but I just wanted to tell you I'm really proud of you. The job, the apartment, all of it. You're doing great. Anyway, call me back when you get a chance. Love you." I must have listened to it 100 times that week, then 100 more over the next few months. His voice became this sacred thing, the last piece of him that felt alive. For 3 years, that voicemail sat in my phone like a ticking bomb. I couldn't listen to it, but I couldn't delete it either. I'd scroll past it sometimes, just to see it was still there. I kept upgrading my phone and transferring it over, terrified that one day a software glitch would erase it forever. My therapist said I was holding on to grief, that keeping the voicemail was keeping me stuck. But how do you let go of the last time someone said they loved you? Last month, my sister had her first baby, a little girl. They named her Eleanor, my dad's mum's name. I drove back to Boise for the first time in over a year, walked into my mum's house, and saw baby Eleanor sleeping in the same bassinet we all used as kids. And my mum, holding her granddaughter, looked at me and said, "I wish he could see her." Something cracked open in my chest. That night, alone in my old room, I finally listened to the voicemail again. Really listened. "You're doing great." But I wasn't. I'd been frozen for 3 years, avoiding home, avoiding my family, avoiding anything that reminded me of loss. I'd been holding on to his last words so tightly that I'd forgotten all the other ones. All the times he told me he was proud, all the Sunday morning pancakes, all the terrible dad jokes. I was so afraid of losing the voicemail that I'd stopped living the life he was proud of me for building. I want to tell you I had some big revelation, but the truth is simpler than that. I looked at that voicemail one last time. September 14th, 2021. 47 seconds. And I pressed delete. Not because I was over it, not because it stopped hurting, but because I realized my dad's love for me wasn't trapped in 47 seconds of audio. It's in every choice I make, every time I help someone, every time I call my mum just to check in. He's not in that voicemail, he's in me. If you're holding on to something because you're afraid that letting go means forgetting, I want you to know I get it. But the people we love don't live in our phones, or in our storage units, or in boxes in the attic. They live in us, in what they taught us, in how they changed us, and maybe that's the hardest and most beautiful part of grief, realizing that to honor them, we have to keep living. I still think about my dad every single day, but now, when I do, I don't reach for my phone. I just try to live a life he'd be proud of, and somehow that feels like enough. Thanks for listening. And if you needed to hear this today, you're doing great. He'd be proud of you too. Like and subscribe for more. And tell us where you're watching from. See you next time.